Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero psych defender of the fatherland, off here to a 2v2 on, you guessed it, it is Belgorod. In the west, it is the 101st Airborne and Strumtiger fighting for the German army, Deutschland. Here with the Großdeutschland Panzergrenadier Division with Breakthrough, Overwatch, Elite Armour, Jaeger Armour, Encirclement, and Close Air Support. Now that's a spicy pair of commanders there. In the east it is Dreamwork, fighting for the Red Army, and Lacker's Clyne, of course we're referring to as Clyne, fighting for the Red Army as well, obviously, taking on the role here of the 10th Guards Tank Corps here with Airborne Troop Shock Army and Terror Tactics, oh my. And Mechanized Support, NKVD, and, well, Guard Motor. Some spicy commander choices as well. We got, oh, okay, NKVD, no Guard Motor there, so already getting more interesting here, but I'll wait. As always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters, my company heroes, my own band of supporters who keep me going. Big thanks to all those. Also, big thanks to Iron Fist for donating the support Propagandacast with his hard money. Big thanks to you, Iron Fist. Other people can join his glorious example by donating via PayPal. Links in the description. You can just, pledge on Patreon. And finally, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing is another great way to help out the Propagandacast and allow me to keep doing what I do on a daily basis, because I do spend a lot of time on this. So, Pimps was busy here for Clyne, and comes there for Dreamwork. Now, of course, you get KV-8s, Radio Intercept, Commissars, Scorched Earth, and Anti-Tank Watch here with NKVD. We've got constant pushback units there, and we got the first German commander is Elite Armour with the 221 Scout Car, Emergency Repairs, Panzer Commander, Heat Shells, and the Strumtiger. In the south here, we got 101st Airborne tangling with Dreamwork. We got Strumtiger a bit more spread out across center north, and got a pretty early sniper out here for Strumtiger, which against the Soviets is an interesting pick there. Certainly will apply some pressure. That said, of course, Clyne here will, thanks to NKVD, be aware of this, and also with the commander go for counter-sniper pretty easily if they need to. Pumas Bridgewater suddenly looking like they might want to hunt down the sniper here, try and hit Strumtiger from an angle they were not expecting. But looks like Strumtiger's ready for that. There we go. Pops some poor fellow's head there like an alright melon. In the south here, Fulton was the counter fighting for the southern fuel point here. Fierce fighting across the southern fuel point in the centre there, though. We got a saddle charge blowing apart the poor innocent tractor. No mercy here from Clyne towards agricultural equipment. Up north here, Pioneers as engineers trying to push on the fuel pond there, but Strumtiger puts a fervent and Teutonic stop to that. Second Grenadier Squad, they've also got 2 Pioneers. That way ensuring that when they go for an early sniper, they don't lose too much map control, by the way, since one of the things with snipers, besides being expensive, they do take quite a while to build. So, in the center though, we got here Clyne with another massive scale assault here. Well, relatively massive for the early game here, but there you go, the snipers bleeding out the penal troopers. In the south here, 101st Airborne and Dreamwork continue to furiously scramble and clash for the southern fuel point. But in the end though, Dreamwork overwhelms 101st Airborne's Oaks and infantry. There you go, 2-1 here for the 101st Airborne. Like to punch a Spielwagen. Plus more full grenadiers, armored car pushing against the Pumas was there. Tarrington with its machine gun there, unleashing hell at close ranges against the Strafbat. And we got Clyne here with a 4th penal trooper squad here. Truly unleashing the power of the penal battalions up north here. Penal trooper attacking in here to the Pioneers up north. Need to retreat those. Fun fact, the Germans operated their own penal battalions, but which tend not to get talked about as much, but they technically also did have a bunch of them, so fun fact there. Another fun fact is some of the reasons for ending up in a penal battalion would include abandoning your tank if it wasn't like literally on fire. Or if it got stolen by someone else who didn't want to get sent to a penal unit, so fun fact there. Got Pioneers for the conscious here. Up north we got Sniper and Grenadiers from north here trying to deal with the Strafbat there under Clyne's command. Comes there, bypassing the Pioneers, realizing the car point there is wide open. Dreamwork seizes upon it, very smartly and deftly in the south here. Light skirmishing in between Dreamwork and 101st Airborne, who's busy fixing up the armoured car and repositioning other troops. Truck out there, cut-off point hit. Southern flank here now quite exposed. You also got the sniper there close to death here. Comes there, won't be able to make it in time to catch the sniper. There goes saddle charge on the Grenadiers, hoping here that Strumtiger wasn't paying attention. He was. In the end, the only real casualty here is that bush filled with orphan squirrels. Pumas then get another throng of them. Basically deciding, you know what, one way to just deal with the snipers, just getting as many targets so the sniper can't deal with them at all. I mean, that's a strategy, I guess. Armored car, I imagine here for Strumtiger, though theoretically Well, a flamethrower tank might be an idea as well there. Then again, there's going to be anti-tank rifle, but that's going to also suck for the armoured car, so... Who knows? Having fun around the car on there. Anti-tank grenade there on 101st Airborne's armoured car. About to lose it, in fact. Yup. I think that's going to be a kill here for 101st on his armoured car there. Great kill. Commissar here for Clyne. Looking to go for a massive swarm of Strumtiger and then guide them further forwards with the Commissar to further encourage them to kill the Germans faster. So right now the Germans are definitely off to what you call a fairly rough start here, with the Soviets pretty much controlling most of the map and the Germans just getting next to the resources. This is definitely going to be a tough one here. We got the 2-2 out there for Clyne. No commander for him or for Dreamwork. In the south here, we've got the 2-2 versus the conscripts there. Southern fuel point being claimed soon. Grab the southern victory point as well here. A broad approach here. Sniper there with 8 kills so far to the name. Pioneers grabbing that northern fuel point. 2-2 rolling ahead here. Looking past the wreckage there of the 2-2-1. There was also, of course, the 223, which was the command version, but there was also a 4th version of this armoured car, which actually equipped with a 2.8 centimeter either heavy anti-tank rifle or light anti-tank gun, depending on who you ask. Fun fact there, but there was a version of that as well, though apparently couldn't move the church. It's more like, you know, an assault gun that way, but that was sort of a version of it as well there. That's a fun fact, though. That was more the workshop version, less official, but still apparently in some numbers. Fun fact there. Going for the car point here, constantly around. He's sniper fire there, taking into them. And he's hitting the street path there as well there. But good push on the car point there. Further looking like ensure the Soviets don't get too much fuel either. Smart play here by the Germans. Good coordination. Up north though again, we got the massive punitive blob here for Clyne. And again, backed up by the Commissar. Providing healing on the move, grenades. Fear propaganda artillery to further just like, you know, demoralize any defense. But also, of course, the ability to like further boost a single punitive here. So this is a very nasty blob. Here we do get the MG42 for Clyne. Grenades off there. That said, an MG42 is going to have to be set up really well to have a good chance of stopping this, in particular with the Commissar backing it up there. North engineers saying northwards here. Tech there for Dreamwork with a Tankovi battalion command going up there. None yet further for Clyne. In the south here, points are being gobbled up there with Dreamwork and the Red Army. Clyne falling back up north here. And there you go, Pioneers here. Being swarmed by the penal trooper blob there. Armor car rolling in then to engage at a relatively safe distance. Probably trying to stay at, as mentioned, relatively safe distance because the possibility they might pop anti-tank rifles at any time. At which point you don't want to be too close to them, risking an anti-tank satchel charge. Medics on the way there. MU42 is being mobilized here to the front line for Clyne. Medics there up for Mr. 101st Airborne. Pioneers there. Basically drawing the attention away from them before allowing it to engage the pins there. Getting up close. Probably willing to, you know, risk the satchel charge here. Basically hoping they can sort of kit them on retreat with it. At least get some kills there. Which is something you can do since the anti-tank satchel charge, of course, has a pretty big AoE. So, like, you know, sometimes a trick you can do is just drive the armored car then at the offending unit somewhere else. Maybe even get a wipe there. Actually almost got it there. In this case, the armored car did survive. So, bit of a gambit there, but had it worked, it would have been really great. Still got some kills out of it, I suppose. Folks, because they're retreating here. T-70 on the way there for Clyne. And we got the Tankovi battalion out for Dreamwork. Clyne's getting there on the way there as well. And we got Clyne here with Encirclement. 2 thumbs up from the Propaganda Ministry with ambush training. Stormtroopers. Break supply line, break through, and close the pocket. And before talking about the penal troopers there, we got, I believe, 2 squads now upgraded with it. Yup, 2 squads equipped with the anti-tank rifles, the PTRS-41. T-70 out there for Dreamwork in the south. Folks moving forwards here. Got 1 Academy out there, and crucially from Clyne, no anti-tank weapons as of yet. Will there be any stormtroopers though here? I would love to see that. Would very much love to see. In the south, the T-70 engaging there. 101st Airborne's front line there. Car upon the being hit. We got a massive force here pushing back their Dreamwork. Almost got to wipe them the conscript there under Dreamwork's command. Troops sending out, fixing up the armored car there. Folks with the conscripts tearing into them. And south, the T-70 forwards. Routing the front of X. Finish the penal troopers. T-70 striking in there. Car pond once more reclaimed here for the German army. Massive throng of Pune troops there, moving forward with a Clyne there, backed up here by the Commissar with 1 kill from there. Good fear propaganda being used here on the MD-42 to force retreat there, and you can see sort of, again, why this sort of, tactic exists. Why, again, you didn't go for a lot of Pune backed up with the Commissar, because the Commissar can then remove some of the, the harder threats here that might otherwise, slow down or even stop your blob. So pretty mean stuff. They do get a pack for it. If she said cut 101st Airborne with a second arcade alpha. Meanwhile, Clyne there is moving straight ahead for the mechanized armor company. Possibly a KV-8 being planned even, but T-34 from 6 seems very likely here. Germans once more fighting the entire front line in splinters. As the Red Army here, the 10th Guards Tank Corps once more unleashes a Soviet steamroller attack. Just an infantry-based steamroller. Troops enforcing healing. Second pack 40 for Chisan Katsu. Mines in the south here from Dreamwork. Clearly concerned about armor here. Got the T-70. That's a pretty good kill here though for 101st Airborne. Removes a significant thorn in his side. In the north of the Pune Trooper Swarm once more is on the move. Grenade off there against the Fulton knees. 101st Airborne not paying attention. There's an incredibly high chance there to go of a wipe. A stinging blow there to 101st Airborne and the German army. Cheeson cuts there. Are they taking up? Nope, no Stormtroopers either. We got the Gunners trying to hit with the Pune, so they go forcing back one squad, then the other squad falls back as well here. Sniper retreating once more. Machine gun team pack on the move here. Germans holding a tiny fraction of the map here compared to the Red Army. And that's just within the first 11 minutes. This happened twice already. So this is definitely looking a bit rough here for Deutschland. Heading northward swiftly, fixing up the 2-2. We do get Stormtroopers here for Chisan Katsu. 2 thumbs up, of course, and in the MP40s. Excellent. South here we got the Sturm Pioneer pushed off the cob. Fuel point there, tried to hit it, but Dreamwork and the Red Army was having none of that. Shoo! Get away, fascist! Get away! Hey, that actually worked. On the covers of the country there. Carve point being hit. If you can't hit the fuel point, hit the carve point. Death maneuvering around there behind the 1st Airborne. Anti-tank it off the armor car, though in this case won't matter too much with 2 Pioneer squads right next to it. Mortar for Dreamwork. Still no commander for him though. He's now the only player with that one. Stormtrooper just running around grabbing points. Thumbs up there to T-Sankatsu. So its supply lines once more also being thrown into this ring. In this regard, there's definitely been a lot of back and forth this manner. And there we go. Clyne here with a T-34-76. That is definitely going to throw a wrench in the German advanced plans. For sure. Of course, they do have only 1 pack now here for T-Sankatsu. The other one got cancelled. That's it. We are getting some tech there for T-Sankatsu. Thumbs up. T-Fed for rolling hit again. We got the Pune Troops and the Commissar on the move once more. Dreamwork flanking up behind here, threatening here the frontline integrity of T-Sankatsu, further forcing them to fall back here and trying to establish a new line. We do have the Schwer Punch course up around the car pod. Worth noting the 221 has not been salvaged for fuel there. That feels like an oversight there, honestly, by 101st Airborne. That definitely feels like an oversight. Tech almost done. We got smoke around the carve point to get around the Schwer Punted quarters. Thumbs up there to Dreamwork. But there you go, pushing with KMF. That's going to hit by a Molotov. Of course, still got the pins from the as well. Could have crossed further. In fact, what he could do here is, in fact, use the smoke to push through here to the Schwer Punch. Of course, hit it with a lot of satchels. And that's exactly what he's going to do here. Oh dear, that said it can, I think, take at least 3 satchel charges. That could be proven wrong here, of course. Yep. 3 satchel charges. Smoke has lifted, so that one won't happen there. Narrowly saving here 101st Airborne Schwer Punch quarters for now, though, of course, that can quickly change in the blink of an eye. He's just moved up a tank to blast it apart there. Field gun. Casualty suffered somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where, but they have happened. Fighting around the company continues to intensify as the match keeps swinging back and forth there like a seesaw in an earthquake zone. Falls that pin down. Almost got the maximum here. T-Fed focusing by excellent fire, but the mortar I think will have to retreat here. Stormtroopers pulling ahead here. Could add a Panther trick, I suppose. All of the Pioneers, they're hard at work fixing up the Schwer Punch. There you go. Dreamwork commits to command of his own. It is Terror Tactics with also KV-8. Guards Airborne, Fear Propaganda Artillery, Howitzers, and these precision bombing strikes. There's definitely all up there, both with access to Fear Propaganda, the one is on a unit, and of course KV-8s. So that'll be interesting to see if they both go for KV-8s. Or if anyone of them goes for it, honestly. News up north and trouble with the Grenadiers, push back. T-54 there, pushing back the Obersoldaten. And again, we see there Clyne wants preparing for another swarm assault there. Another Pack 40 there for Chieftain-Katze. No support McCall yet. We got 367 to 378. South here, ground the southern point here. Are they planning Tier 4? Doesn't look like it. 101st Airborne's got some pump before he can go for like any Panther 4. They at least bring in more Obersoldaten. Smart idea there. And we got plenty of S-mines, I think, trying to like, you know, help catch up the blob there, because the Commissar can't help as much against that. So thumbs up to Chieftain-Katze, that's definitely one solution, though I'm surprised they didn't throw in the fuel pump, but rather sort of expect them to take this particular part again. I mean, they have been quite consistent using it, so I can't see the logic in it, but part of me would also expect the fuel pump itself in mind. There you go. They do go into the S-mine field. There you go. Yuri, Petrov, Konstantin, they're all exploding there. And there you go. Armor cutting off more flanks, causing further casualties as Yevgeny finds his feet cleanly shredded. Another T-54 there for Clyne. No turn anything bigger. Katyusha meanwhile for Dreamwork, who's also got their own mechanized armor company up. Send a big C step by Dreamwork's max machine gun crew there, heroically seizing it down to the Germans' noses. In the north, Penal Supreme pushed back by the Grenadiers, leaving the Commissar and the another Penal Squad to defend off another German assault. Back hit reinforcing healing. No signs of Pommelcourt yet here for Chieftain-Katze. Rifle unleashed, and there you go. Strafbat routed. Even just the Commissar to hold the line here. And there you go. Grenade on the Grenadiers here. Chieftain-Katze loses Heinz there in the south. Obersoldaten and Fulton there pushing back those conscripts. Katyusha out there. T-54 also ready. A lot of back and forth this match. And they've got North Armored Car is ripping the Commissar and his men apart. No survivors. Of the ones that got shot, that is. No mercy, at least. The South here, troops pushing forwards there. We got mines here cancelled by Dreamwork, or at least not finished. Fuel cash out for Clyne to help push for more armor. Perhaps also planning a KV-8 there, who knows. T-54 going forward into the double packs here. No Grenadiers nearby to Panther faster though, but even there's a good chance the packs here could finish off the T-54. Or not! Bit lucky there for Clyne. Bit lucky. Katyusha flying here from Dreamworks. Force there you go, wiping up both of Chieftain-Katze's pioneers, and utter disaster. It's 400 manpower down, that means they won't have anything to build with. And for that matter, nothing to repair with for now. So there we go, pioneers on the way, the replacements are happening. But that was a hell of a Katyusha barrage. I mean, just getting 2 wipes like that, I mean, I'm fairly certain that Katyusha's more or less owned itself in with that. That was pretty big. Going with the pack for the T-54 from 6. Chieftain-Katze looking for vengeance. T-54 nearly escapes vengeance, at least for now. Up north, Stormtroopers routed. Still no T-4, still no Pommelcourt. So clearly that's what Chieftain-Katze is scheming. Counter there was the Obersoldaten. 2 squads firing at them from different angles. Catching them in a bit of a lethal crossfire. North Grenadiers routed as once more the penal force is advancing. Packs reposition alongside the armoured car here as the penal tide advances. Sturm has caught here as well by the Strafbat's forces. In the centre there, Sturm Pioneer quickly retreating there. Field gun for Dreamwork. Northern point seized by the MD-42. That's set. The flank is deeply exposed, and I think here Chieftain-Katze without start to repush the machine gun. No ambush camouflage by the way on that machine gun. No ambush camouflage by the way. So I feel like that's a bit of an oversight. You definitely want that on your machine gun teams. But yeah, they have to treat. There's just too many penal troopers attacking from too many angles here, and there we go. The machine crew is in fact almost dead here already. I think the only thing that might have saved it was Clyne here not good. Oh, no mind, it still got wiped there. It still got wiped. Really just highlighting the power of the penals that want to get moving. Check back up the Commissar, grenade off here. Stormtroopers don't get in as Jürgen gets blown to shreds by the grenade. There you go, Clyne looking to avenge him. Stormtrooper they're almost wiped out by the Katyusha barracks. There you go, wipe on Clyne this time around. Almost getting another Panther squad here, but Clyne narrowly escapes. Another wipe there. Another horrendous casualty. In the south here, though, we got 101st Airborne advancing with a significantly large force of infantry here. Minesweepers spearheading the way. Molotovs off there. More Panther of Clyne. Still no support corps there, though, for Chieftain Katze. As for 101st Airborne, no Panther 4. Panther maybe, or Strumtiger, I am not sure. But yeah, center there, we're seeing a lot of supporters that dug in here from mostly Dreamwork. Mines being laid up here. Tier 4 there for Chieftain Katze, that means heavier stuff, like Panthers and Sturmpanzers, and maybe a Panzer level, which is not exactly heavy, but... Anyway, Sturmpanzer is put back with the T-34 some 6, wiped out. Center Maxim field moving up here, sniper there. Near ace level Academy members bombarding the T-34s, and there you go. Strumtiger out for the 101st Airborne, also known as the Sturmmercer. Moving forward with that one. It was first used in the Warsaw Uprising, where I believe they did some testing with it against the Polish Home Army there, so that's a bit of a grim start to things. North Eagle is advancing further up north. You got the machine there by the northern point here. Field gun firing away. They're being engaged with the snipers armored car. Strumtiger advanced there with its 38mm or centimeter actual rocket. And there you go, wrecks the field gun. Utterly shatters it. T-34 being caught up with the Pack 40, almost getting wiped out here. In fact, yeah, I think that's going to go down here. Clyne with the Katyusha of their own. No KV-8s here, though I imagine they will probably start going for T-5 to help deal with the Strumtiger. And he's being bombarded here by the rocket fire. And what is Dreamwork planning? A KV-8 flamethrower tank is in fact underway here for Dreamwork. And the 10th Guard Tank Corps. We got 350 to 249. Before being attacked by the Strafbat, we got the Sturmpanzer there on the way for Chieftain Katze, not a Panther, but a Sturmpanzer. So, basic, nope, does go for a Panther. But so both German players basically going for like a very heavy assault tank. Nope. Panther there on the way for Chieftain Katze, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Comes the boldly advancing round to the gunfight line of the Strumtiger and causes some rather heavy casualties. There's numerous men find their lives completely wrecked. Panther is roughly halfway done there for Chieftain Katze. Up north there, Stormtroopers pushing forward there, then routed by the T-34 some 6. In the south, 101st Airborne's men slowly advancing there. Panther almost done there. KV-8 on the move here for Dreamwork. KV-8 would find himself eventually replaced by a version of the T-34 and 6 that mount a flamethrower instead of the whole machine gun replacement there. So little fun fact there. Little fun fact there. And there you go. We do get a Panther out here for Chieftain Katze in the German army, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. South KV advances there for the Red Army. Gonna head straight for the point there, and there's also Darden. We'll definitely have to retreat as they stand no chance against the KV-8 and its massive flamethrower there. Katyusha there unleashing hellfire there upon the German position. The packs bunched up so closely. It's practically a miracle that Chieftain Katze didn't suffer some intense losses there. Like when he lost 2 Pioneer squads. In fact, I'm surprised they bunch up the packs so close to each other after losing the Pioneers like that. That practically seems like an invitation to suffer like another excruciating wipe. Up north, the Panther pushing forward. We have multiple mines here for Clyne, which could definitely bog down the Panther's advance here against him. But may also be able to dodge them. That's ever going to be a bit of a challenge here. And there you go. Pumas with the blocking, a further pursuit of the Panther. Chieftain Katze very judiciously pulling back the Panther to avoid, like, you know, getting pelted with anti-tank cell charge in the southeast. Strumtiger advancing. Contact right, we still got the KV-8 there now being bombarded by the 2 Raketenwerfers. And a massive throng of Contact coming in. They need to get the Strumtiger to deal with that. Kills a single guard with the Strumtiger. That was definitely a bit of a waste. And now the Raketenwerfers will absolutely have to retreat here. They missed opportunity, I think, the 101st Airborne. North here, though, the Panther needs to pull back. We got the third advance once more swinging ahead here for Clyne against Chiefs and Cuts, we've got Boober Traps, they're coming, so the points up north, thumbs up. The armoured car rushing in now. South here, we can see the 101st Airborne Small has been pushed back to the base here by Dreamwork on Sport. Dreamwork ready to shift their forces northwards again. Storms are being pushed back by the Strafbacht. Panther shoots. And fresh Pioneers out here for Chiefs and Cuts it. Very good there. I'm guessing Chiefs and Cuts will go for a Sturm Panther to deal with all these penal troops or a Panzerwerfer maybe. They could of course also just go for second Panther, but against all these penal troopers it does seem like a slightly odd choice then from Chiefs and Cuts to do that. South Strumtiger slowly moving forward towards more. Got 8 kills close to 1 KV-8 burning through here. 101st Airborne's infantry showing no mercy there. We got the Issue 5 tank destroyer on the way for Clyne now, looking to blast the fascist tanks into tiny bits and pieces. Strumtiger shoots and once more doesn't quite land as impressive hit as it maybe could have here versus Dreamwork. Very fortunate for Dreamwork continuing. He had a lot of stuff he really closely bunched together, so very lucky there, I'd say. Very, very lucky against 101st Airborne Strumtiger in the south here. KV, they're burning through 101st Airborne forces. Around the point here. Falling a bit back here around the center. Katusha firing. We got 13 kills, close 22 here. Southern point has once more been scoured of any Germans, but there you go. Sturmpini pulling out, I think, without a Panzerschreck. And even without a Panzerschreck, that's going to be a pretty bad place to be right next to KV-8. H5 as well here for Dreamwork, both going for their tank destroyers now. Panther there moving a bit about. Up north, they're going to be slow advancing. T-54 can find self target here with the Panther. There we go. H5 though is ready to provide fast support here for Clyne's T-54. So far, Chiefs and Cuts is not looking particularly concerned. There you go, another Strumtiger rocket. This time landing a more decimating hit here upon Dreamwork. Looks like a Maxim got completely eradicated there. Anti-Tango whipping on east against the Panther with the damage taking course nearby armored car. Excellent work there by Clyne there. Definitely catches Chiefs and Cuts in the reload because we've got the KV moving in there. Pack's being forced to position well and due to the KV primarily. Most of the shots that are kind of away from there go starting to hit the Panther more and more consistently. Also worth noting, in the actual war, the Surds had nothing near that level of accuracy when it came to artillery. The Surds were not known for their ability to use artillery particularly well on a tactical level. They were known for like their masked bombardments, but nothing that lands like with pinpoint precision, like hit a tank like that. So, little side note there, Pack wiped up the conscripts. Admittedly, most of the armies, if none of them, really had that ability, honestly. But in particular, not the Soviets. Sturm Panzer now for Chiefs and Cuts. Probably helped deal with the infantry under Clyne's command. Strumtiger there. Was really close to getting a kill at either of them, but both cases fell a bit short. That said, the fault's going to do is... Were they able to finish off the Katusha? Yup, they were. Nice work there behind 101st Airborne. Up north there. Chiefs and Cuts and Clyne, they're fighting it out violently. Hand-to-hand combat. In the south, there has been ceased now fully by the German army there. Great work by 101st Airborne. Panther now on the way for 101st Airborne. They'll have 2 Panthers. And a Sturm Panzer and a Strumtiger. There you go. Also on there. Push back with the KV-8. 10 kills, veterans, 1 here. North Boop Tape goes off, killing solid penal troopers there. Sturm Panzer on the move here for Chiefs and Cuts it. Strumtiger on the move well, the 20 kills, close to veterans, 1. And there we go, retreats just in time. Causing here 101st Airborne to basically waste the rocket. South, the Dreamwork strikes for the Red Army. Pretty weak southern flank there for 101st Airborne, so not that a great deal of strength was needed to like really overturn that. Yak Panther for 101st Airborne instead of the Panther. Perhaps just wanting something cheaper, but also crucial, I imagine, with more range than the Panther. Fulton's and Overshot Delhi, but Clyne's and Dreamworks like combined blow up there. Reposition towards the east. The Germans fixing up the stuff. They got flares off here from the Red Army from Dreamwork. Thumbs up to that. Panther on the move. Armoured car on the move as well there. Sturmpanzer fear. They need repairs on the south here. Ignitis on the point. T-ground the fuel point as well. Katyusha almost on it for Clyne. In the centre there we got the field guns and my canflying where they're at 101st Airborne Strumtiger, which is veteran 2 now. They should fire down to half health here. Strumtiger Force going to look to wreck those anti-tank weapons. H-5 knocked out. That's a great kill there for the Germans. Definitely a bit of blow to the Soviets losing one of the tank destroyers here against the German army. In the centre there, H-5 we got the opposite. We got the Strumtiger now pushing against the Dreamwork centre. Field and cleared out. The Constables could be in an incredible amount of trouble there. KV-8 they're moving to assist up north here. Cheeston cuts a bit more on the defensive here. Orbs on the right here by the mighty Stalinist Dragons. Strumtiger shoots and wrecks the field. There you go, being rammed here by the T-34-6. Could get destroyed here by anti-tank Overwatch. And there you go, calling it again. You've got the Schwab here. The Red Army definitely wants that Strumtiger kaput. Almost got it. Jagdpanzer being hit, but not the Strumtiger. There we go. Sturm have been hammered the Jagdpanzer again. Got the Strumtiger. In fact, 101st Airborne has barely next to nothing left. He suffered rather intense losses. His Jagdpanzer's nearly escaping the Sturm pile. He's close to being depleted. It's going to come down to the Cheeston cuts now for the most part against the Red Army, I think. What will 101st Airborne go for next? Now the Strumtiger is nothing but a burning wreckage. Stormtroopers there close to 83, also close to death and forced retreat here. Pax wrecking Soviet anti-tank guns there, very smart. North the armoured Clyne ND42 versus another flank here from Clyne and the Red Army in the south there. Dreamwork unravelling the entire southern front there, taking advantage of 101st Airborne having no presence on the field at the moment. So thumbs up to Dreamwork, very smart decision there, good reading the situation tactically. The Germans back to a once more rather unenviable position versus the Soviets. Victory points wise, they're practically 50% down compared to what the Soviets have left. And force wise, again, 101st Airborne has really taken an absolute beating here from the Red Army and is going to have a bit of a struggle here for the time being. We got the Jagdpanzer out here once more, ready to clash against the Bolsheviks. Jump has been picked up. Panther there, bet you 2 moving forwards for Deutschland. Katyusha flying away. They got 3 kills on it so far. Packs are being bunched up still. Getting some kills in the Katyusha, but no wipes here on Cheeston Katze. Fairly lucky that there, I would say, for Cheeston Katze. Fairly lucky. In the south, the Jagdpanzer pursues the KV-8 there with his high velocity sent from the gun. Shoots and misses that shot. Third Oberson squad there for 101st Airborne, more elite infantry. Guess he's either setting up for another Strumtiger or possibly a King Tiger here, hard to say. As for what Cheeston Cuts is planning, it's hard to say as well there. We do also a fair amount of resources and population open there, so there could be several options. Also the possibility might be lining up here for close to pocket, for example, though I will say this map's definitely one of the tricky ones to make that work on due to basically like the 2 major car points are here and Tears. They cover like a fair amount of terrain. They need to like catch the opponent like on the wrong side of those points there, so not impossible, but definitely going to be a tricky chance there for Cheeston Cuts if he's looking to like pull up close to pocket versus the Soviets. Some point letting sees back here for 101st Airborne. In the centre there, an expeditionary force for Dreamwork is slapped back right into place, and there you go, KV-8, they're 19 kills, ready to going for the Sturm ponies. Defend the southern field point there from the encroaching tentacles of fashion there under 101st Airborne Sturm pioneers, and there you go, routing them with some well-placed fire there. 20 kills on the KV-8. T-34 there for Dreamwork. No guards airborne. In fact, so far they've only used it for the KV-8. We're seeing that. He should fire more here for Clyne. No KV-8 there for Clyne, no KV-8 and also no groups. There you go, Sturmpanzer hits a mine. 6 I suppose, 1 for the Panther there. Right in front of the we got the Panther, though half 8 of it's in 3. Sturmpanzer meanwhile is very close to 52, but crucially, it's also very close to just exploding. And there we go, it does in fact explode there as the H5 sets off the ammunition within the Sturmpanzer, completely wrecking it. Goes with the Panther and the Grenadiers. There we go, another rocket ball. There you go, wiping out one of Cheese and Katz's remaining infantry squad. Then just 2 squads. Should definitely go for a third one here versus the Soviets. Meanwhile, 101st Airborne with a fresh Strumtiger racing through the center, delivering a sharp dagger blow here to the Soviet center. And another completely wasted Strumtiger rocket there from 101st Airborne. The south there, T-54 going for the opposite side. High chance of the wipe on 101st Airborne, leaving with further depleted of infantry. Cheese and Katze with fresh Grenadiers, no additional stormtroopers or Panzer Grenadier here. Also, quite a bit of resources there being floated. Opposite squad up, Yak Panzer arrives, shoots and misses up north. They're fighting for Northern Victory Point. Is quickly cut short there as Clyne decides they want nothing to do with that particular point for now.
Our bunker can now accommodate an MG-42.
And we got a bunker here, machine gun bunker in fact from Cheese and Katze. KV that is heavily damaged here. Also very close to T3. Watch what happened to first for T3 or death for the KV-8 that is. It's farming forwards. Grenade being released against the Pioneers. Once more here, Clyne with an assault against his and cut the machine that's going to provide some crucial backbone elements there. Yak Pan's pushed back with the H5 tank destroyer. And once more, Dreamwork is also recapturing the southern victory point away from the Germans. No mercy there from Dreamwork, no hesitation. Machine crew they're wiped out. The machine gun lying out in the open, a tantalizing prize for either army to capture. Strumtiger there suffers a damaged engine. Good work there by Dreamwork. Good work. Dreamwork, when I was also managed to catch up with some losses, suffered. T-Scoot Company has suffered more losses. And is flooding a lot of resources. Is he planning another Panther? Is he planning a Sturmpanzer? Or is there something else here that Cheese and Katze is scheming versus the Red Army? I do not know. Flares off here, and there you go, T-55, and the Yak Panzer which shoots and misses with its heat shell there. There you go, good shot. Yak Panzer pulled the fire, there you go, got the T-54 from 6 down to little health here, could finish off with another shot here, and there you go, T-54 from 6 kaput. North here, Germany, if you're falling back up further north, Stormtrooper sees Northern Victory Point once more. For the glory of the Reich, we got 209 versus 131. So still have a nice victory point here. We got a fragment bombing strike here unleashed against the Germans, but didn't seem to do too much here. As like the second part of the command issues, we still haven't seen any guards airborne. No fear of propaganda, so no howitzer. Strumtiger advances one for the Zerg and go for some an attempted attack on the support weapons instead suffers an incredible amount of damage. The damaging the engine of the Strumtiger, leaving the crew most discomfortable. And there you go. Another anti-tank overwatch strike here by Clyne versus 101st Airborne, possibly Cheese and Katze the armored car. They're definitely some of the Wrath as well there. Strumtiger suffering intense punishment as Solar Tiller just keeps whipping it like an errant schoolboy in an old-time school. The south here, KV-8 falls there. Strumtiger number 2 completely combusted as well there, without I think even getting a single kill there. So it's a complete waste of resources. To be quite honest here by 101st Airborne, I do not know why they committed to that second one, particularly considering the circumstances there. I think just a bunch of Panther balls, even like Panthers or a King Tiger, will probably end up being a more worthwhile investment in resources than going for that same Storm Team. Meanwhile, 101st Airborne is taking an incredible amount of punishing losses there. Has lost multiple orbs on squads again. They need to replace those losses. Need some actual armor here besides the Yak Panzer. And we got Cheese and Katze with a fresh Sturmpanzer. The Germans down 100 points. They need to do something fast. And need to do something drastic fast, particularly like I think stabilize the fight more in their favor of the Soviets. I think will crash them. Here's the advancing penalty with the Strafbart once more advance on the Clynes. Socialist command. Sturmpanzer, Panther moving forward here. Panther near ace level here as rockets sends Chiefs and Katz's infantry running away. Up north, the Punitivs they're going to need. Panther moving as well there. Sturmpanzer engaged there by Clyne's HE5 tank destroyer, easily piercing the armor. There goes second tank destroyer there, making it head on a source that smoke. And I think a particularly hazardous task here for the Germans. Northern point about BC is typically down to 70 points here. The situation is getting ever sharper. Southern point being seized. In fact, there's also, I think, a potential flank attack from here could get up behind the third front line here. Maybe dealing with them that way. Up north, though, Panther there, very close to the fleet. Sturmpanzer bombarding, mines getting exploded. Pack moving forwards, advancing the center point as well here. The Germans are giving it a lot here. There's the Soviets. Got a tank destroyer with the double packs. Good work there by Chiefs and Katze. Might be the time to consider actually setting up for a closer pocket move here with breakthrough and break supply lines, maybe? Like, in other words, like push for here and then break supply line there. They could catch, I think, a fair amount of Soviet forces out of supply and then just close the pocket on them, or at least just force them to retreat. Almost got the KV-8 here with the Jagdpanzer, which is now at T2. Heat shells there being fired and messed with. And they're pulling forwards, and we do get a blitzkrieg here. Deutschland vorwärts. KV-8, Katyusha knocked out the Panther, ace level in that one, ace level, ladies and gentlemen. HE5 knocked out here, the Panther is on a rampage. KV-8 knocked out, it is just racking up those kills. We could see another Katyusha knocked out, but this Panther, this hero of the night, this Iron Cross first class holder crew. And that's another vehicle down, another kill for Deutschland. That is one hell of a Panther, and then you like that KV-8 was pretty much like, you know, about to get knocked out by the Jagdpanzer anyways. I mean, that's still a lot of kills that Panther just stood for. Hitting the car points, grab the victory points here. Whew. Well, that was a push. Chiefs and Katze lose the Stormtroopers. It is not replacing them sitting for more grenadiers. I would recommend more Stormtroopers than just laying down a lot of booby traps to defend the points, honestly, but oh well. Still no ambush camouflage either. I mean, they haven't really made great use of the commanders so far. I mean, basically just seen like Stormtroopers and that's it, which is a bit of a shame. So when it does have a lot of good stuff like the ambush training, like breakthrough, and of course close the pocket is a very nice ability when timed correctly. You got 183 to 59. The Germans are holding on and narrowly here as the Red Army. Can they win this, or will they just suffer one brutal sucker punch here for the Red Army before being pushed off? Negorps has got to wipe up there. 101st Airborne suffers another brutal infant loss. I mean, he's really just taking some absolute beatings there. T-54 there for Dreamwork. Their only tank now. And we got the tank destroyer for Clyne as the only piece of armor. And we got 101st Airborne with a third Strumtiger. Good God. That's the third Strumtiger, ladies and gentlemen. That is like pretty damn expensive. But I also think highlights 101st Airborne in this match has definitely had some issues with unit preservation. Sturmpanzer meanwhile fires a 150mm shell right on this of the penal troopers, causing quite some casualties there. They got 156 versus 59. Ace Panther almost fixed up once more. Stormtrooper to contest the southern point there with its massive rocket. There we go. That's set, quickly fighting more units. We do have the Jagdpanzer coming up for the Strumtiger. Close to ace low, there go heat shells again. Need to score those victory points here. Panther's not moving there for Chiefs and Katze though. It's not moving at all. I'm coming in. They could pop breakthrough just to help grab the points with the armored car, for example. Panther's still not moving there. Needs to get that moving. Honestly, Jagdpanzer does something heavy damage. Strumtiger can't do much there for now. Orbison coming in. There we go. Pushing back. Dreamworks in from the Santa Raketenwerfer. Routed by the armored car. 24 kills in that one. But now we got Clyne here with another massive swing for assault here. Another penal trooper steamroller. Also, 29 kills, that comes to command squad. I mean, that guy can really land some kills up one to get some veterans. He is incredibly good, honestly. Strumtiger then moving forward. Jagdpanzer focusing there, but Panzerfaust there go. Got the T-34, combust the socialist tank. Still, we got 47 versus 156. The Germans need to get those victory points fast. Schnell, meine Herren. Panther final move here. We got another machine gun bunker. And there goes Strumtiger rocket. Wipes one of, I think, Clyne's penal trooper squads, actually. Panther pushing forwards for Deutschland. And there you go, another blitzkrieg maneuver here. Races ahead for the Reich. Could pop breakthrough, honestly, just increase the rate of fire further on the Panther, actually. Down to half over on the H-55. Misses the Panther at point blank range. There you go, do get breakthrough, increasing the rate of fire further, and of course, land grab points here. Got the H-55 tank destroyer, Strumtiger forwards, pushing the troops up the car point, I think. We got a break supply line, there you go, close to the pocket, went off a bit too soon. But still provides some support here by the looks of it. There we go, cut off parts of the map here. Not that there's anything in the south to cut off. And the Ace Panther gets knocked out. A tragic blow for the German peoples, losing one of its finest heroes. But still, rockets, death, exploding socialists. Everything is just going to hell there. We also got an anti-tank overwatch. Just the heavens are basically bursting apart there with munitions. It is the wrath of God, dies irae. Just absolute pandemonium as the entire center gets leveled by both armies as they unleash a torrent of munitions not seen since World War I. Southern point seized for the Obersoldaten. Center being grabbed there. We got 154 versus 33. The Germans are narrowly holding on here. More orbs on there for 101st Airborne. Cheese and Katze might want to just call in some stormtroopers, honestly. I'm guessing they're setting up for another Panther at this rate. Strumtiger once more rolling ahead here like a herald of death and destruction. Wiping out the Strafbats. We got 142 versus 33. In the south here, the Volksguns advancing on that southern fuel point once more. And the center's pretty much just a straight up moon crater landscape. Another T-34 of Dreamwork. Storm Panzer there being fixed up. Pumas advancing into the comms on total with 31 kills. And that gentleman there, machine guns are ready, both bunker-based and non-bunker. We finally got some ambush camouflage there for Chistan Katsu. And in fact, at this rate, they've actually gone for a full bingo now. Ambush training, stormtroopers, break supply line, breakthrough, and close the pocket. 2 thumbs up. 101st Airborne is actually close, but they haven't used the Panther Commander because they had nothing to upgrade it with. They are close though. Dreamwork, I think, is definitely the one the farthest away. Like, there's been the KV-8 and the bombing strike, that's it. Clyne sort of been using some abilities, but hasn't gone for KV at the supply line either, so. Germans definitely went on command ability usage there for sure. They definitely went on that one. Got the T-34 out there up north here. We got another T-34 out there for the Red Army. We got 104 versus 33 in the center. The Pumas advancing into the Obersoldaten and the armored cars line of fire. Steadfast Socialist Storm Assault here, and there you go. Strumtiger moving in to deflect it with the power of intense high explosives. Chistan Katsu with another Panther. Up north, T-34-6 is getting absolutely pelted for everything the German army can throw at it except armor-piercing rounds, because they don't have them nearby. Strumtiger advancing here. Sturmpanzer advancing. Packs moving in here. Got the Jagdpanzer joining, and it is now virtually free here. Almost got the... It does get the T-34. It does get. And there you go. The other T-34's kaput as well. Got 68 versus 33. And there you go. The Soviet surrender victory for Deutschland. An absolutely brutal match here on Belgorod here with some intense action at times here between these, well, 4 players. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gave you fun matches. If it did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Consider donating or pledging on Patreon to support the work and allow me to keep doing what I do. This is Imperial Link saying cheers and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.